break down what exactly happened here, because there's some serious nefarious stuff going on, and we're going to go through what happened with Panda Global. We're going to go through what happened with the Smash World Tour, and a lot of things that I think a lot of people missed about this news. It's going to be a full breakdown. My goal is to get you to have a total understanding of everything that's going on by the end of this. Okay, so we start here with the Smash World Tour official statement, and I've broken down some of the important things that you're going to need to know about it. I'm going to link the thing in the description down below, but the statement starts with the things you need to understand about the statement. Without any warning, we received the notice this night before Thanksgiving from Nintendo that we could no longer operate. This was shocking given our discourse with Nintendo over the past 12 months. We have begun working around the clock to take proper steps logistically, as well as prepare a statement with proper legal guidance. So what is really interesting about this particular story is that the Smash World Tour was in contact with Nintendo as much as a year and a half ago, trying to get this event licensed by Nintendo, meaning that Nintendo, what is, like, if we want to break down what a license is, that's essentially legal permission from Nintendo to say, you can use our IP in this event, you can run this tournament, we've approved this, and that's, you know, some kind of written contract that needs to go back and forth. Nintendo owns that license. They've used it in the past to shut down many different tournaments. We'll talk about that later. And if without that license, you can't legally run something, and Nintendo has the right to sue you or to cease and desist that tournament, or even something like your stream or a YouTube video that you make about Nintendo. Basically, anything that's using their IP in that way that cannot be construed as as a fair use is going to be liable, is going to be subject to that licensing. We'll talk more about that later too. So I want to just kind of like put down some of the really important points about this communication. So Smash World Tour is going and setting up, and everything's fine. And there's also a circuit that's being formed by Panda Global. Panda Global has gone and reached out to Nintendo. They've managed to get an official license from Nintendo regarding the running the tournament, and they've said, okay, that's fine. And okay, it's all great. No problems, right? And I would argue that having 2 tournaments is fine. Having 2 circuits is fine. Generally, more esports is better. They don't really compete with each other. Viewers will watch and get interested. That's all fine. But if you start looking into the history of this, apparently, it has been the case that the Panda Global CEO, Alan, has been going around saying to various tournament organizers that the Smash World Tour will get shut down. So here's some about that. The attempts from Panda to undermine the Smash World Tour have not stopped. The CEO continues to tell organizers we're definitely not going back in 2022. And if we did, we'd get that shut down shortly after. And that turned out to be totally right. So here's something that other people didn't know. We're going to break into like why that might have happened, and some of the insight I have as an org owner as to why that might have happened. Organizers were told their individual events would also be released when they're on the Smash World Tour. And some people dropped out because of that. So just kind of painting the scene. So Smash World Tour, owned by VG Bootcamp, has an application in process from Nintendo for almost a year. At this point, Panda has already had an application approved, and they're running their circuit, they're done. But Panda Cup is basically, like, the CEO and Panda Global is going around telling people that the Smash World Tour is not legitimate, and they even approach another tournament organizer, a tournament organizer named BTS Beyond the Summit, who did confirm this in their own Twitter, and they said that they wanted broadcasting rights to BTS, which basically means we want permission to be able to use your content, and BTS is like, no, like, you gotta pay for that, which is a super normal response. And at the end of the day, BTS basically said, we're not joining Panda Cup, and we never will. They said that in a tweet. And they alleged that the CEO of Panda threatened to shut them down and threatened that they would not be able to run their tournaments as well. And Panda Global actually, in a breaking statement, actually acknowledged this. So we do know this happened. So this is pretty crazy, right? So you've basically got Panda Global kind of going around allegedly sabotaging events, while at the same time, Nintendo is not responding to Smash World Tour and saying, hey, you guys can run this tournament. The license is basically just in limbo, and nothing's happening. And now here's the part of the story where this stuff starts to get really crazy. I'm going to read you this. And this is at the point where Nintendo kind of comes in and says, we're going to shut this down. That apparently there was the correspondence through Nintendo. Prior to that, they had gotten on a phone call, and they had said, they reassured us that Nintendo is only looking to shut down IP infringement related to game mods and not the unlicensed Smash World Tour. The Panda CEO does not represent Nintendo, and they would have to have a conversation with him about his behavior. And they reminded us and reassured us that Panda's license is not exclusive, so they can see 2 circuits. So Nintendo is telling SWT this, and that their goal is not to gatekeep or trap the community, and the license guidelines would be accessible and clear. But then what happened is crazy, right? So now what's happened is, as a last-ditch effort after the shutdown, we asked if we could continue running championships and the net tour next year without a license and shift our focus to working with them in 2024.
Sitton says,
We
will
alluded
a
to how
regular
last year
flight
functioned
feel
in that
so slow
capacity
now
and a
spent
mutual
all week in
understanding that we
Dragonland?
would not get shut down and focus on the future. We
Ripper
were
says,
told
I'm hoping
directly
it's just
that
bad
those
luck, not the
times
norm,
are now
lol.
over. This was the final nail in the coffin, given our very particular relationship with Nintendo. We realized it was truly all being shut down for real. We asked if they understood the waves that would be made if we were forced to cancel. Nintendo communicated that they were indeed aware. So what happened here, where there is somebody telling them from Nintendo that it's fine, that the CEO doesn't represent Nintendo, and that everything seems to be fine, but then this person comes and informs them that not only are they pulled for 2022 and 2023, but they're pulled indefinitely, and as is any unlicensed tournament in the history of Smash Esports going forward, which is pretty big news. That's kind of crazy, okay?
Fine work.
So we got to break down what
I can
happened
feel the
here,
ley
and I
lines
think
beneath
I
this place
understand
beginning to heal.
what happened here.
We're almost done.
If you look at the shutdown, there's a really important thing here.
Platform adjustments completed.
Arcane annoyances. A large number of mana WYRMS are absorbing the wild arcane magic coming out from the archives. The rate that they are doing it is causing the ley lines to be thrown off balance, which is preventing the Azure Oath Stone from being reclaimed. I will use some of the unstable arcana you collected to form a hook of sorts. Use it to slay several of the WYRMS. The brief delay will be enough for me to adjust the energies below. Slay.
Quest accepted. Arcane annoyances. Your finesse helps you gather something extra.
The Alois says, 393 PvP level so far, slowly getting there low. Off for now though, have a lame office party I gotta go to rip. Velmic says, LFMW PvP quest Taro legs.
Your finesse helps you gather something extra.
Nilla says, is BG group still running? Bloodfall says, yeah. Nilla says, got room. Nilla says. Bloodfall says, invite for BGS. The Kirin tour will ensure these archives are properly cared for when this is finished. Thank you for your aid.
Arcane annoyances completed.
Reclaiming the Oathstone. Fine work, friend.
Quest accepted. Reclaiming the Oathstone. Wario Emerald Dream has joined the guild.
Sitten says, INV for BGS blocks. It's good to see you in the flesh, Skycat Livetv. You've been a great help so far. I would appreciate your presence while I reclaim the Azure Oathstone. Himanshu says, welcome. Dina.
I was expecting Malagos. Where is he? And who are you?
Caligos. And you cannot possibly be...
Syndragosa? In a way, a simulacrum, created by her in order to preserve her memories and knowledge. It would seem a great deal of time has passed since she left.
Yes. And much has happened.
I sense an aspect.
It's a long story. Both you and Malagos.
I used to hate you so much, Syndra. I hated you,
see.
Syndra. I hated you. But I
And
like
the rest
you
of
now.
our flight? Where are they? Tell me.
After Neltharion betrayed us, we were on the verge of extinction. We few who remain are scattered, aimless, and alone.
Yet you came here. That tells me that you still have hope for our kin. Child of my flight. Shall we work together to make that hope a reality?
Nothing would give me more pleasure. What must we do?
This is good. I like this place. Okay, it kind of answers some questions and definitely has good vibe to it. Beautiful colors and good snow. I would say the Nexus is kind of, to me, a...
Nishesh says, damn.
Sorry, I forgot to turn my chatty on as usual. I just cannot remember every single day. That's so annoying. Mind One is all over the place. That's cool.
Shall we begin? It is good to be back, or reactivated, as it were. There is much to do, and I am glad to give whatever aid I can.
Syndra.
Reclaiming the Oathstone completed.
Shall we begin?
Received 2 gold, 76 silver, 20 copper.
Aiding Azure Span. The Oathstone's energy cannot be reclaimed until the ley lines within the Azure Span are repaired. Some ley lines may only be reachable by those of Kalekgos's skills, but you may still be of aid. If they still yet survive, seek out the Tuskar. They lived here in my times and have a deep knowledge of the land. Speak with one of our arcane aides to return to your allies. Return to Noriko the All-Remembering in Camp Antonidas. Velmig says, Big Meetisuk, join us. Velmig says, actually invite.
Quest accepted. Aiding Azure Span.
The Azure Vaults. We have a problem, Skycat Livetv. Beneath the Azure Archives rests the Azure Vault. In my life, I stored many important and dangerous magical curiosities in it. A large group of Sundered Flame have broken into the vault, convinced it holds some kind of secrets. Please, you must go in there and stop this brazen assault before they unleash dangers they do not comprehend. These thieves know not what lies within. Stop the Sundered Flame within the Azure Vaults.
Quest accept.
Wayward Archivists. You, Draxa. 2 of your kin have been searching the archives just south of here. I have yet to introduce myself, and would appreciate the company. If you have the time, I can meet you in the upper archive.
Yeah, this is the heart and core of the lore. This is kind of what actually happened in WoW. It's a lot of crazy stuff. Stuff that I remember because I did the content. A lot of the lore they talk about, I don't remember for shit. But this is the lore that I remember. Sindragosa, Caligos, and all of the dragons, and the aspects, and Nexus, and everything this NPC just said, right? He said there's so much to tell. The Cataclysm, the Scourge, the other aspects, the Nexus Wars. All that stuff is what I remember WoW to be. Not this crap about, like, BFA or Shadowlands. Like, you know, like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. But, like, when he kind of... And Legion was kind of like how WoW was. Legion was WoW. Legion had all of that. Legion was very strong in that stuff. I don't like, but BFA and Shadowlands were absolutely not. It was like somebody got a hold of some crazy worm got a hold of WoW, Bobby Kotick, and drove it down some crazy wormhole. Like, I don't know, man. I just.
Laurie Emerald Dream has joined the guild.
What happened to the WoW that I knew? The WoW that I knew is like this stuff. Purple trees and crystals going through the sky. Big moons in the middle of the day and shit like that. Not this. Not fucking Ravendreth. Ravendreth was Bloodborne. Bloodborne was like Ravendreth.
Quebec says, welcome 3.
That's a much darker
Evie says,
game.
welcome.
Bloodborne was like Maldraxxus, you know. Oh, Bastion was a lot more like how WoW used to be. But I mean, that was it. For those 4, like Ardenweald is not like how WoW used to be. Ardenweald's like Ardenweald. And I didn't like Shadowlands in the respect that it was a divorce from what WoW usually was. Unlike this is exactly like how WoW's always been, you know. Since the Burning Crusade, you know, it's been like this. There was always a Grand zone, there was always a Nexus zone, there was always like a fucking winter zone, and there was always a green biome. Think Rust, right? But then we started getting BFAs and Shadowlands where we have like deserts and, you know, I don't know.
Peter Zerfer says, and kill 4 points. Peter Zerfer says, asterisk tokens.
What is it I'm doing here? Oh, it's a
Peter Zerfer says, laughing smiley. Light says, yeah, the game doesn't have enough players for 2 factions.
Future span.
Himanshu says, discord.gg/warsong.
Why am I so slow? Because I hit a ceiling. That's why. Now I'm fucked. I'm out of juice. Goddamn ceilings. Fuck you. I swear to God. If you touch walls in any game, it just destroys you because they don't know how to code walls still. They really don't. If you touch a wall, look at this. Camera locks up, right? Can't jump. Can't do anything. It's so fucking stupid. Your juice gets sucked. You get dropped to the ground. Like, walls are so obviously fucking bad. Look, you can't see through them. They're fucking bullshit. Fix walls. What is wrong with you? I can obviously go to a wall and show you many, many, many problems with your design. 4,000 problems. I could probably list them all. Look at this. 4,000 problems. It's right there. Clear as day. You can see it. What's wrong with you and walls, huh? What's wrong with you and walls? You get, like, I don't know, man. You don't think you might need to really rethink walls a lot? I'm just saying. Rethink walls. The walls that you guys build aren't good enough. You know.
Are a very jumpy bunch.
I'm jumpy about it. I'm a little bit angry about it. Like, after dealing with it for 30 years, you guys don't know how to design walls. Stop doing it. Just keep walls the fuck out of it. Walls are so bad for especially tactical shooters. That's death. You touch a wall in a tactical shooter, you're fucking done. Your controls are gone. You can't see. Your vision's gone. You can't fire. In Fortnite, if you put your back against the wall, you can't fire your weapon. You don't believe me? Go log in Fortnite, put your ass against a wall, and try to fire your weapon. It literally safeguards your trigger to touch a wall. You put your back to a wall, it safeguards your trigger, and you can't fire your weapon. I'm not kidding. Why do they design that stuff like that? Why? Like, you guys don't know how to do walls. Y'all are so dumb. You'll do years and years and years of content in some weird outward direction off into the horizon, like World of Warcraft, but you didn't design the walls right in the initial run.
Wayward Alchemists completed.
For blue eyes only. It is no wonder your companions have yet to find anything. These books were meant for blue eyes only. However, my presence should suffice in allowing for some of the more pertinent tomes to divulge their secrets. Search the Azure Archive for Malagus's notes.
Received 6 gold, 90 silver, 50 copper.
All of that shit, I want it off my screen. I just don't care. First of all, don't care about all that. Don't care at all. The rest of that, I really don't care. Get it off my screen. I don't care about all this crap. I want you to never do that to me again. Can we fix that? Let's just, I mean, I like the rare scanner, I do, but the notification, the whole thing of it all, I want you getting that off my screen. Yeah, you got about, oh, I don't know, what, 30, let's call it the full 60 seconds, but after 60 seconds, I want that gone. Yeah, 60 seconds and I want that gone. You gotta auto-hide that bitch. And reload UI. Some of the mod settings that are default, like, the mod, okay, mod creators are so fucking stupid. Here's the thing, right? When you load a mod, you guys think that there should be some automatic thing when they turn on and they install the mod and they log into their game, and you guys think it should be turned on and working. Here's the thing about mod creation. Uncheck, untick every single box of the mod when it is installed, and then the only thing it should do is one time it should pop a screen when you first come in. One time, not repeated logins. One time it should pop a screen being like, you have installed this mod. It is currently unchecked, unticked, unboxed. Everything on it is turned off. You must go turn it on yourself because we don't believe in auto setting mods to do things, right? And then but why does every mod do this? Because it reminds you that the mod is there. So every mod out there auto starts everything. Trust me. I just want to install with all of it off, and I want to go tick it on if I want it. You guys are so bad at doing things.
Says no.
You can see it. You're kind of bad at doing certain things. Like, you know, if I were to install a mod, I would never ever tell it to auto turn on ever. I would be like, all right, you now have my mod. It'll run, it'll work, it'll do it, I promise, but you have to tell it to. I'm not going to auto-tell it to. That's literally what I would say on login. Hi, you installed my mod. I don't believe in telling mods to auto-run. You have to do that. So if you want my mod, please turn it on. I have not set it to auto-run, you know, and that kind of thing.
You have the answers you seek, yet you do.
Received 27 gold, 62 silver.
No.
Himanshu says, there as WQs. Velmic says, 2 of them.
Oh, did I get bloody
Crit
coins?
says, queuing regular dungeons as tank.
Bloody coins. Do I have bloody coins?
Crit
no,
says, if anyone
not. Why would I?
WNTS in.
No.
Soft Horse says, Ilgo.
No.
Velmic says, 1 in the Waking Shores.
I don't know how you guys skip past all that content. I don't know. I don't understand how you. I don't understand it. At some point, every single person around me had to make this conscious decision to like neglect the storyline, neglect what Blizzard wants them to do, and break the rules and just go do what they think is fun. Which I get. I understand. I like freedom and I believe in that choice, and I think that what they did is good. But I don't know how you did it. I don't understand how you made that choice to ignore all the rest of it. I don't see how you could think that could be a good thing. I don't think it could be a good thing. Like, I look at this and I'm like, man, I have another 40 hours of content to do or something like that just to get through the rest of the story. 40 hours, it's gonna take like 5 days or some shit of just questing like this with my thumb up my ass for the rest of the day, all day, every day, for like the next 5 days before I'm even remotely close to the same place that all of these people arrived at naturally. And I mean, a couple of them actually did all the work. I've seen it. But most of them just stopped and went to go do what they want to do. And I don't know how you ignore all this content. I don't know how you want, like, how you don't think that they haven't gated it at all. They've gated it at all. If you don't do it all, you're not going to be able to do this shit. I don't know why you think you can. I want to see a whole bunch more questing
there are a number of achievements and travelers who pass through here.
Instead, I see you like getting 3,000 bloody tokens and shit. That's cool, but I think you kind of got off that. I think you got off that content grind, and I think you went straight at whatever you want to do, and I don't advise it.
Sir Indo says, why does it take so long to get a normal dungeon queue? Happy smiley. Sir Indo says, 1 hour in queue, still no pop. We must push forward.
Aiding Azure span completed.
Ask the locals. Collect boss is wise to seek the Tuskar's counsel. They have generations of experience with this land. Many are resting here on their way to their various camps across the span. Ask around. One of them must know.
The story isn't good, it's not even remotely good, but it's at least a story, unlike the last 5 expansions.
QLAC says, main
it's at least a story, you know.
An extra $10 per month to access it. Dragon Scream says, that's why I changed my main to a tank. Dragon Scream says, left my warlock behind. Suspiciously quiet. Can you spare a minute, Skycat Livetv? I haven't heard from my 2 apprentices, Scrumpy and Tucky, in some time. This is concerning. Medico says, Yom, my next guy is a tank. Slickrick says, we're still doing BG's clearing. Clearing says, anyone doing BGS?
Quest accepted. Ask the locals.
Clearing says, I. Clearing says, in one currently.
Quest accepted. Suspiciously quiet.
Hogpipe says, need another for those BGS. Gilbor says, yeah, we got a group of 5. Skycat Livet says, Noriko is purty. The young Velpra nervously puts his hands behind his back. Do we know you? Noriko said not to talk to strangers. The young Velpra nervously puts his hands behind his back. Do we know you? Noriko said not to talk to strangers.
Suspiciously quiet completed. Received 2 gold, 76 silver, 20 copper.
QLAC says, starting another BGGRP. PSD4. QLAC says, 2 ways of seeing. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. Hang on a minute. You look like a pretty important Draxa. Want in on a secret? Turns out there's magical art in these ruins. And we can see it. Scrumpy proudly sticks out his chest. I can show you how to see M2. Just, don't tell Noriko yet. Uncover ancient images in Camp Antonidas. Gilbor says, we are also playing Fez Alliance.
Quest accepted. Ways of seeing.
Gilbor says, turned on Merc mode in Valdrakken and have been getting 80% win rates. Dragon Scream says, ooh. Noriko told us to stay out of trouble. Not sure how to do that, to be honest. Skycat Livetv says, I want a daily win then got get back to it. Skycat Livetv says, daily. QLAC says, last call. Taunting says, I couldn't find the person for Merc mode. Taunting says, is it with the PvP? Noriko told us. Gilbor says, yours in a corner right side when you enter.
He's got me
Suicider
ignored.
says, yeah, by the entrance to the PvP vendors. Gilbor says, human. Been too long on land. Suicider says, Sergeant Wilson.
You didn't get me, that's fine. Must have got it.
Taunting says, oh gotcha, thanks. Hark. Dear one. You who stand whence all was freely shed. Bird yells, skilled Agol. Archival assistance. The crisp, clean lettering, written with an elegant touch, fades quickly into the parchment's wet, smudged ink and a smell reminiscent of spilled, fermented beverage. Adventure seekers, archival enthusiasts. The archives call to those who seek answers, yearn to discover, and those who wish to reveal secrets of the past. Taunting says, is the crate.
Quest accepted. Archival assistance.
Soft Paws says, there's some monk in this dungeon that hates us. Soft Paws says, the guild I mean. Clearing says, why? Soft Paws says, Dunno just said our guild. Himanshu says, who cares? Is says, can I get INV for WPVP? Clearing says, sucks too sucks.
Odang Emerald Dream has joined the guild.
Himanshu says, welcome. We must take the keep. Evie says, welcome.
Here. And I want to read you this that I think everybody else.
We must take the keep. Ordono says, crate in plains. Skycat Livet says, this druid is named Bearwithen. Is says, invite. Skycat Livet says, LOL. Heilestrasse says, LOL. We must take the keep. We must take the keep. We must take the keep. Ordono says, Plains chest is ours. Ordono says, near Valdrak. Oak says, Born VA. We must take the keep. We must take the keep. Miss Axo Seat says, I just love this thing shuffling suns. It even puts a disco ball above your head XD.
have no cast bar at all. I forgot that my health bar is, oh no, I like that better. It's less loud, you know. I guess we leave him behind, I guess, because... See, this is it. This is public rating. This is what it always should have been, you know. This is what WoW always should have been. You guys were stupid. This would have fixed it. You could have fixed it back in Kata if you just made it like this, where it all feels like you're playing with other people, but you're not. And with that, more is better. If you're playing with hundreds of people, you feel really good. You know, it feels good.
Can I always have? Medico says, wrong rewind somewhere. Misaxo Seed says, grass. Tibet says, grass. Suicider says, lasts 3 minutes and disappears when you dismount. Medico says, ah dang. Shikun says, thanks. Crit says, grass. Zingster says, I can't stand this new flying ordeal they have going on. Ordono says, you must be the only one. 13 says, what you mean? 13 says, the dragon. Zingster says, yeah I hate it LOL. Softball says, go to your room. Knifehead Foru says, if you haven't maxed out the tree you will hate it LOL. Medico says. Zingster says, the tree makes a difference. Zingster says. Suicider says, have someone fly you around to get the Dragon GLYPHS so you can upgrade it. Ordono says, huge. Trey says, takes like 30 minutes to max out. Suicider says, huge difference. Knifehead Foru says, a world of a difference. Medico says, you don't like flying at the speed of sound acros the expansion. Knifehead Foru says, literally night and day difference. Navai Javi says, get your runes. Navai Javi says. Medico says, took me an hour to get all the runes. 13 says, oh my goodness, that is a sad story, I love my dragon flying man. You can get across a map in a heartbeater. Knifehead Foru says, you go from not being able to fly much at all to always being in the air unless you do what I do sometimes and just say LOL. Zingster says, more like I space twice and get to fly for 5 seconds. Navijavi says, flying is amazing. Life at Foru says, you can get up to 830% movement speed if you do it right after maxing the tree out. Sukuna Haikana says, even with no GLYPHS this flying is much better than riding my horse. LOL. Kibeth says, I really like the flying. Medico says, if you can't figure out flying I can't imagine you figuring out the rest of the game LOL. Kibeth says, I even like the flight course side quests. Skycat Livet says, be nice. Skycat Livet says, to each their own. Kibeth says, at first I was like this is so hokey but I love them. Medico says, he's obviously trolling by the way. I was just playing along. Mortiglis says, 2 spots BGS.
That was it, huh?
Received 256 gold, 72 silver.
363 legs. Not bad, not bad. Oh, I gotta get respawned. These guys are like, let's get out of here, and I think they're right. Yeah. Do 63 legs. Not bad, not bad. I gotta go get a spell thread.
Another battle is won, but the war continues.
To Dragonbane Keep. Completed. Received 56 gold, 18 silver.
Sukuna Haikana says, GZZZ. Skycat Livet says, another battle is won, but the war continues. Kunak says, 1 spot for random BGS.
Oh. That's a Lancer. Oh, shit.
Ripper says, I can't take the main villain seriously with her pathetic meaty little arms XD. Suicider says, on Christ, nil Tyrannosaurus sausage arms.
Received 7 gold, 40 silver, 50 copper.
Rooker says, KEK. Rooker says, they crack me up. Rooker says, every time they come dangling into a cutscene. Rooker says, I just lose it.
Some artisan's metal has coalesced from your new knowledge.
Nice, nice. Slow down, smell the roses here. I know these guys really want to push, but I mean...
152 gold, 50 silver, 70 copper.
See,
Daily
like,
Vito says, LOL.
just gonna do it. Just to see, you know? Curious. It's weird how it doesn't run a load screen. It should.
Evie has promoted Freeze Karen to soldier.
But yeah, like get rid of all the, see, I'm looking like, I want you to, like, really do it. So, Yoriyaka's in another stable, though. Your yak is in another stable. So now, there is, there's a turn in, I guess? I don't know. It seems like it wants me to turn in, so I guess I will. Oh! Oh! Frame rate lag. God damn, man. Like, I wish you would turn on my
Tibet says, okay,
thing
off topic, but
every
Yeti must
day.
slap.
Turn on my
I
thing
made
every
this coffee
day.
an
You're
hour ago.
so
Still hot.
annoying. See, you're like not even working at all. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck, man? Oh, hey. Well, guess what, guys? I guess I've got to stop my stream. I'm so sorry. Because I have a fucking graphics driver update.
Skycat Livet says, I'll go to NVIDIA update BRB.